Hey everybody. Haven't done a video in about 2 months, but I didn't really have much to talk about. Plus, we just moved into the new home here. So today I'm just going to talk about dedicated AC power lines. And full disclaimer: do not try this if you're not comfortable around 110 or 220 volts AC. Hire an electrician. There's tons of YouTube videos on how to do this stuff done by licensed electricians, professionals, and so on. So I'm just showing a DIY version how I did it. And again, I've been doing this for several years, even though I'm not a licensed electrician. Touch wood, I haven't, shocked myself or killed myself or whatever. And the same goes when I did this install. So this will be part one, the breaker panel side. So obviously step one is, it's an old ass breaker panel, but it does the job. You see the gaping hole that's here? Well, there used to be a 220 volt circuit there, and I guess whoever lived here before had an air compressor connected to it. And I need to run dedicated lines because you see these two breakers here? That's half the lighting and electrical outlets in the house, between the living room, the dining room, the kitchen area, and the garage lights, I believe. So not good mojo when you want to run a dedicated system for audio. So at any rate, what I've done is I've removed this guy, took the 220 wiring from here, which was originally a black wire and a white wire, and a big double wide 30 amp circuit, 10 gauge wire. Went to Home Depot, I got myself a 20 amp breaker, connected the white wires to the neutral bus. Ground bus was already connected, and then I connected the black wire to the breaker, and I'll show you guys that in a minute here. Again, don't even go this far if you're not comfortable around working around high voltages. And the weirdest thing in this house is there's no kill switch. So normally in most breaker panels there'll be a big rocker switch or a big on-off switch from the main power coming from the power company here. This house doesn't have it, so you're basically at the mercy of using a pair of gloves, which of course I'm not, safety goggles, which you should. But then again, I warn everybody for the third time, don't do this stuff if you're not comfortable around high power wires. And again, I'm not a licensed electrician. I play one on YouTube though. And again, this is old ass. It's not a huge service, but it's good enough for this house. Take the cover off. Now you'll see what I mean. So, bring you guys around the front here so you can get a better view. And you can see here what I was just explaining. You see this big thick black wire here. Oops, let's not get... That's 10 gauge wire that was originally down here. Okay, so as I said, ran the black wire to the breaker, the white wire to the bus bar that's currently covered up by this guy there. It's kind of hard to see. Well, there you can see the bus bar. Again, it's old ass, but it does the job. The ground was already connected. So that's this 20 amp breaker on a 10 gauge wire. Now right beside it, and I added another 20 amp breaker and ran a 12 gauge wire here. You can see the shiny white wire. Connected the new neutral wire to the neutral bus there. Connected the ground wire to the same terminal lug as you're supposed to. I tried to follow the original electrician's wiring as best as possible, and So by using this breaker, we'll run the audio system. This breaker will run the TV and the computer, because right now, when I take you over to the new listening area, I'm getting a lot of hash noise on the right channel, and it's clearly because I've got my computer connected to the same panel or same power bar as my stereo system, and for some reason it's only the right channel that's affected. At the end of the day, this is the right way to do it, and every article that you'll read and every YouTube video you'll see, Scott McGowan does a really good one with his licensed electrician. He ran 30 gauge wire from the panel, or his electrician did anyways, from the panel to his listening room, and then put a PS audio jack, which I also ordered. I know, don't get me started, but hey, I got 20 bucks off thanks to Amazon and my points, so it couldn't go wrong. So yeah, there's the old ass circuit breaker panel. Now let me take you around to the other side here. Aha! So here we go, guys. So originally what was here was, and by the way, these wires are all dead. You can see I'm not killing myself. You know, I got the breaker turned off, so see. Now I've got to replace this box here with an octagonal box, because obviously I can't stuff all those wires safely, so that's not going to be a problem. Everything will be grounded properly, obviously. But what was there originally was a 220 plug. So somebody obviously had an air compressor in here, and you can see the so what I'm going to do here is, this is going to basically be I'm going to put an octagonal box here, tie the wires up properly, obviously running two separate lines, so these two neutrals will never touch here, two black wires will never touch, only the grounds will be tied together. And I know I could tie the neutral wires together, but I don't want to do that because it's not code really, I don't think. Now how am I going to run all that cable over to the living room? So here we go. 50 feet should do it. So this is 12-2. So I've got 3 conductors. I'll use the ground. I'll use the green ground, obviously, for ground. There's a white. There's a black and a white. I'll use that for my hot, and then I'll make sure that the armored cable is properly grounded to the box here. And I'm basically going to run armored cable with clamps all throughout the garage and get it over to the living room. So let me take you over to where the listening room is now. This will be kind of like the before video. Then hopefully I'll be able to do an after video. Alright guys. So here's the fruits of my labor with the AC. I've put a 20 amp 12 gauge solid conductor wire for my PC and the TV, of course. And I reused the Panamax surge power condition, I guess you could call it, for the all the computer crap and the TV and my network switch and all that crap, a router. So that part was completed. You can see I used aluminum conduit, flexible. The other thing I did here, this is the PS Audio Classic outlet. I got it off of Amazon, used my Amazon points to save some money, and no, that's not a steampunk look that I'm going for. It's basically more conduit, AC conduit, but that is 3 10 gauge stranded cables that are running from the junction box, not the breaker panel. Breaker panel's got 10 gauge solid going to the breakers by law. But where I patched in the 310 gauge stranded to give me some more current capacity, It's about a 60-foot run throughout the garage, and it worked out really well. And you know, I got rid of the noise. The lights are no longer dancing. And again, I can't stress it anymore, folks. Please do not attempt these kind of things if you're not comfortable working around 110 or even 220 in the case of when I had to reroute the neutral wire. You know, please do not attempt these things on your own if you're not comfortable. One other thing I did is I got rid of the Monster Cable power bar. 20 years old, it still works, and essentially I cut all the IEC cords, got a trip light power strip off of Amazon, 20 amp plug, of course, and just custom cut all the cables and went to Home Depot, got the $2 plugs, and I'm telling you, I got rid of the noise. The lights are no longer dancing. Sorry about my feet there. And I'm very happy. Again, I don't subscribe to power conditioners, or I mean, I'd love to get a PS Audio power regenerator, because I do believe, you know, Paul is right there, but I just can't afford it. So this is the next best thing. And even Paul McGowan said, if you can't afford the regenerators, plug it right into the wall. And you know, that's it. That's it. That's my video about the AC rewiring. And you know, I know I've said it already 3 or 4 times in the video. Just do not do this stuff if you're not comfortable around high voltages. Thank you, and we'll talk soon. See you in the next video. Bye for now.